Prepare to be illuminated.
Hi guys, Skypoint here. Today's video is one I've been wanting to make for quite a while. In October and November 2018 in particular, I spent a lot of time playing as Shadrak Meduson, and I had a really fun time because he plays with a very unique style, which is enjoyable. He's not that common to play as, and it's just hilarious if you face a Primarch and you're beating a Primarch and you get to use his unique line about Primarchs, which hopefully we'll see later on. Alright, so without further delay, let's dive into this video, which is a guide on how to build a deck for Shadrak Meduson. Now I have to just say this isn't a deck I made myself. This deck was designed by another player of the game called Orthanol, so I just want to give him credit where it's due. And as I said, he has a unique style. So if we take a look at Shadrak first of all, he has a couple of funky abilities. First of all, he's got Survivor 5, meaning that when he reaches 0 health, he gains an extra 5 health. That puts his health at least 35, because let's say if he only has 1 point of health left, and you do 8 points of damage to him, all 8 apply, and then he heals up back up to 5 again. But what we're more interested in is his special ability here. For 1 energy, Shadrak gives sneak attack to a friendly troop this turn. Now, that ability is pretty cool and everything, but of course in order to use this, your troop has to survive until the next turn. So this deck is really designed to use a couple of troops who have the stealth trait when you deploy them, to make it really likely that you can use his ability. And then the rest of the deck is built around supporting those. So I'm going to jump straight into it. What we're looking for in particular as the real core of this deck are 4 cards. So 2 of them are going to be from the Imperial Army deck. We are going to be throwing in Felician 5th Airborne. This card costs 4 energy and it does a whopping 5 attack. It has only 3 health, and that usually means that after killing a warlord it dies very quickly afterwards. But with Shadrak's ability, you can play it on these guys and they can attack and take no damage, and that makes them pretty powerful. So this deck will have 2 of these in there. The next unit which I'm going to include is also from the Imperial Army deck, and if I'm just going to scroll down, it's going to be Firewalkers over here. So Firewalkers are very similar to Felician 5th Airborne, except they cost 1 more energy, they have 1 more point of health, which makes them a little bit tougher, and when you play them, neighboring units gain +1 to their attack in that particular turn, so they're a bit more powerful and useful. Another couple of units we're going to throw in is, one thing you'll notice is that Felician 5th Airborne, if I just look at that, that's a vehicle, and Firewalkers is also a vehicle. So this deck is going to be one of the few times we actually use Banis Squad as well, because Banis Squad's special ability is when you put them into play, you draw a vehicle out of your deck. So whenever I play each of these, if these are the only 2 vehicles in my deck, which they will be, I'm guaranteed to draw one of these guys into my hand, and so that's a pretty useful and cool ability to have. The final pair of cards, which are going to be the real core of this deck, are going to be this card here, the Iron Hands Ferrum card. It's one of their few direct damage cards where you get to choose where damage gets applied, and I'm going to end up using it a lot as a finisher. So I'm going to put 2 Ferrums into my deck as well. Alright, so now that I've got the core of my deck set up, what I can start doing is filling in the rest of it. So I'm just going to run up from the cheapest card to the most expensive. Okay, so we're going to start with our 1 energy cost cards. I'm not going to have too many 1 energy cost cards because Shadrak's own ability costs 1 energy. So most of the time, if I've got a spare energy left, I'm going to be trying to use it on his ability as opposed to a cheap card. The only one I'm going to put in is Bionic Eye. Yes, it does a little bit of healing, but I'm more interested in it for its anti-stealth ability. It's sort of my Hail Mary if I'm getting overwhelmed by stealth units. I'm going to hope that I've got Bionic Eye in my hand and I can use that. Alright, next up is going to be at 2 energy Terra Squad. These guys are freaking great. definitely having 2 of them. They just do a lot of damage, and with Shadrak's ability, I can actually attack with these guys and have them take no damage, so that's an extra bonus on top. Also going in at 2 energy from the Iron Hands side is going to be Urlock Squad. These guys are just super tanky, handy to have, so both of those guys go in. Alright, rounding off the 2 energy units is actually just going to be, let's go down here to the Mechanicum part, Melgator. Being able to force a Space Marine or Infantry unit back to the enemy is really great, and you need Melgator when Malagurst the Twisted comes out when you face Sons of Horus. And the final 2 energy card I'm going to include is coming out of the Imperial Guard area, Abandoned Supplies. This will just also help me to hunt through my deck to draw the cards I need and make them cheaper. So those guys go in as well. Alright, next up, 3 energy units. So another Hail Mary, Winnow the Weak. I can use this one if I'm ever stuck with the enemy having a really powerful unit out there and me being low on options. Next is over to the Imperial Guard area, so let's keep scrolling. Alright, Goldstone Hunters, they recently got nerfed, so they only have 2 health. That usually means that when they attack someone, they die immediately. But again, with Shadrak's ability, these guys can get dropped, they can attack, and they're going to survive till the enemy turn, and the enemy will have to finish them off. So both of these guys go in because they work well with Shadrak's ability. Alright. Next, back up to the Iron Hands area, Sistar definitely goes in. This guy is pretty tanky, he has a fantastic ability which I love, and in an absolute pinch I can use Shadrak's ability on him and do 1 point of damage without Sistar taking any hits, so Sistar goes in too. Alright, we're coming up to 4 energy. Now, because of Survivor, I'm actually not going to take Deus Ex Ferrum, even though it's a pretty handy one. Instead, I'm going to be going with Galba Squad. 2 of these guys, because Galba Squad tends to mess up the enemy's train of thought, because he really has to think about how he's going to kill them before playing any more units. We need a little bit of area clearing ability, so I like Artillery Strike. It's reliable, you're definitely doing 2 damage to 3 different targets, so 2 Artillery Strikes go into that deck. Next up is 5 energy. When I did my Iron Hands deck walkthrough, I was praising Corvan Squad. These guys are pretty damn flexible because they drop in, they do a ton of damage, and then they're threatening enough that either the enemy has to focus on killing them, or they can do a ton more damage the next turn. So 2 of these guys get dropped into my deck. And now I'm almost done. I'm taking a couple more cards at 5 energy. Again, for area damage, I'm going to take Defense Satellite. It's a bit less reliable than Artillery Strike, but it can hit more targets and potentially do more damage, 1 to 4. And then the other card I'm going to throw in is Captain Barga. So when I originally made this deck, I actually built it with Duke Mordecai instead. Mostly because I didn't have Bargas at the time. The deck worked pretty well with Duke Mordecai. Also works well with Captain Bargas, so either one will be handy. I like Bargas just because he can do a bit more direct damage than Duke Mordecai does. And his ability, which buffs all of my troops who are on the board. Alright, now I've got just 2 cards left, and finishing this off is going to be Captain Kagos. The reason why I'm doing this in particular is this deck will involve me taking a beating early on in the game. Like a real beating. So I'll be pretty low on health by the time I reach the turns where Kagos can come out. And so I'm kind of relying on him to start tanking for me, or at least distract the enemy a lot. Alright, before I round off and actually show you how this deck works, the final thing I just want to do is talk through what do you do if you don't have the legendaries. So, Ambassador Melgator to start with. So, if you don't have Melgator, you can put in almost any other 2 energy card, either a direct removal like Seek and Destroy, or maybe even the new Volcanic Eruption card, something like that. Basically any card which helps you to kill enemy units off. Or the other one, which I actually think might be even better, could be potentially using Sabotage. It's a 1 energy card, whereas with Melgator, the way you're using him is if the enemy plays a strong, tough, or particularly powerful unit, you play Melgator to try to send that back to his hand. However, with Sabotage, if he plays a tough, powerful unit, you can cancel its special ability. So that is often almost as good as sending it back to the enemy hand. So it's it can go either way. Alright, next up is if you don't have Sistar. Hopefully you've got Jubak. Again, if you don't have Jubak or Sistar, you can put in pretty much almost any 3 energy unit. Maybe at that point I might be tempted to go with Eutropius instead. Maybe even an Ectratres if you have him. I personally would not go with any of the vehicle buffing abilities just because you don't have that many vehicles. It's not a great move to do. I think Eutropius would be the best substitute for Sistar if you don't have Jubak either. And finally, if you don't have Captain Bargus, what do? Again, hopefully you have Duke Mordecai. He's a really great substitute for that. And if not, there's a ton of great cards around 5 or 6 energy you can put in instead. You could go with a route squad, although most of the time you only save your energy for Shadrak's ability instead. So perhaps you could go with a... let's take a look here. Yeah, Skitarii Protector could be handy. Yeah, I would say Skitarii Protector. Maybe a Joker company for helping to deal with stealth troops, things like that. Again, you've got various options to go. So alright. Anyhow. So that's a quick run through the cards. Here's a look at that deck one final time. And now we're going to go and get into actually trying this out on the Terra ladder. So my ranking right now is 3,500. I was able to make this deck work until around, make this deck work pretty reliably normally until around 4,000, a little bit above 4,000. And after that, it was getting a bit tougher with all the Fulgrims. With Fulgrim being nerfed now, you might have a bit more luck. Alright, let's see what's going to be coming out over here. Ooh, I realized I wasn't in full screen mode. Let's go there. Full screen. Alright, we're up against a Fabius Bile. I usually hate facing Fabius. Alright, this is pretty good right now, but I am going to, I think, mulligan most of my cards to try to see if I can draw a Terric card, a Terric squad instead. Alright, abandoned supplies, I guess.
I can help you achieve perfection.
Alright, let's see what Fabius throws out in turn 1. That's vaguely irritating.
Hello.
Alright, let's go. Let's attack these guys straight off. What I don't want otherwise is for them to get some big buff and fancy ability and then kill me. Oh, like that. Alright, that's interesting. Wow. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? You know what, I've got to get rid of those guys before they do too much more to me. Didn't quite get to play... I guess, yeah, I did get to do one abandoned supplies earlier. He's bringing up something big, but I might have an unpleasant surprise for him. Oh yeah, he thinks he's so smart. There we go. Next, what do you have? Hall of Rights. Ugh. That's not quite what I wanted to see, although... You know what, let's do that. Alright. That's turning around a little bit, although I'm way behind on health right now. Gold star to me. Okay, what else is he dropping now? These dudes. Do not like them. Alright, let's see. I could do Captain Kagos, although perhaps what I'll do now is these guys
I'll tell you a secret.
and Felician Airborne and go and hit that again. Okay. So now every time he plays a unit, Galba Squad will get stronger. Ooh, okay, I see what he's done there. Clever move. And he buffed his Hall of Rights. Interesting. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, you know what? This will work, I think. Or I kind of want to get these guys down. That worked. Next up, I could hit them. Attack there. Draw my Brannock squad. Nice. And play Abandoned Supplies to hopefully draw Firewalkers. Okay, a cheap Kagos is always good. And maybe Firewalkers will come up next turn. Forge Complex. Ooh, he knows he's running out of cards. Okay. Goldstones. Okay, what do we do here? Okay, yep, there's an obvious move to pull off. Kagos first. Then attack with them. Drop my... You know what, no. Let's drop my Airborne here. And that's it, I'm not going to keep attacking. Alright. What's he pulling out from his hand now? Ooh, a tank unit. Clever boy. Alright, let's see. Handy. Alright, how much damage can I do right now? I can do 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 2 from me is 13 plus 3 is 16 plus 2 is yeah, it's almost enough. Let's do this. Use Ferrum on him over there. Alright, so what we're going to do here is give these guys sneak attack. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this. I think I can win now next turn after this. So you can suddenly see how this deck has so far changed the balance very quickly. Oh, it's got another tank unit. Did not want to see that. But I think I win. Yeah, he can't stop me from winning now. Alright, let's see. Any appropriate smack talk? It's not about.
It's not about logic anymore.
Let's just heal me up a little. And goldstone him. There we go. So this deck suddenly came back just from constantly trying to just take what he's hitting me with while I built up my board presence like Iron Hands do. Alright, so that's my first win with the game. I'll hopefully show you a couple more. Alright, here we go. We're up against Salamanders. Ugh. Extra annoying, but they can be beaten. You just need a real burst to overcome Vulkan at the end. I don't have any 2 energy cards, so I'm definitely taking a full mulligan, and of course I got no 2 energy cards again
It is
either.
an honor, Lord Primard.
The honor is mine.
Alright, let's keep going here. Let's see what comes up. Harmigan squad. Annoying, but okay. At least I've got the way to deal with them here. They only do 1 damage, so those guys survive, and I can finish them off. Unfortunately, if he kills them, I've got nothing in my next turn. I have no 4 energy cards, everything's 5 or 6. Another Harlequin squad. Blue, of course. Another. That has probably doomed me here. So another 5 energy card. And Gardos, of course. Alright, let's take a look here. Taking out Gardos is definitely the priority, so we're going to shoot them and attack that. And he's probably going to attack my unit with Vulkan next. Yep. Alright, next. Let's take a look. What are my options? I am gonna send... You know what? Let's do this. Yeah, I think that's the best I can do under these circumstances. Expected. What else is he doing here? Okay. Wow. Taking a brutal pummeling here. Alright, let's see. I'm going to... Alright, yeah, I see my plan come through. These guys get dropped and used to kill them. They come in and attack there. He comes in and finishes that off, and then I get a defensive unit down to try to protect the Firewalkers. Okay, he finishes the Firewalkers off. That's cool. Alright. Next up. Bargas comes down, as does Vanis squad over there. And we can attack him, and that's it. Let's see what he brings out. Ugh, that thing. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so we have to take that thing out, and luckily we can. So we're going to attack. Ooh. 4 plus 4, that'll do it. So we're going to use these two guys to attack him. He will get sneak attack and attack Vulkan. I'll bring in Captain Kagos to act as another secondary defense, and also to do some healing. While abandoned supplies will set me up for my next turn with Sistar. Perfect. Alright, I'm not attacking with Urlock squad yet. Let him strengthen up, toughen up a bit more. Oh, look at that thing. Okay, fortunately I have the cure for it now. So, what we're going to do here is do an artillery strike to hit that. Next, we're going to give him sneak attack to destroy that thing. And then Bargas will attack that. Airborne will get dropped, and Sistar will come out as well, and this guy is also going to wait while he gets stronger. I actually have enough to win next turn, I think, now. Doombringer, that's not going to save him. Neither will him. I win now. This is over. Alright, now my healing begins. Alright, look at that. Let's let him know this.
I don't need a Primarch to win this war.
See? I don't need to play as a Primarch to win. I get another one. Oh, this is actually funny. Okay, well anyhow, let's just drop that. Yep, that just hits him even harder. Let's hit him with finally with Urlock Squad and then whack him with these guys. Alright, and that was a good Shadrak game. I like the way this one went. And I thought I was losing that versus Vulkan, but again, just as soon as my board presence really kicked in, the game turned around. Oh, it's an Angron. Maybe it's not a bot. Nope, not a bot. It's a dude. Okay, this is a pretty good starting hand. I'll take it. So let's go. So with Angron, I can win, but I'm going to take a gigantic pounding at the start. This is not going to be too much fun. On the other hand, with Winnow the Weak, I should be able to take out some of his really irritating
I will
troops when they
raise
appear.
the storm.
Charge!
Alright, what's he up to? He's probably going to whack straight into me at the start. There we go. Is he playing a unit as well? So I'm probably going to play Terra Squad first, then Banis Squad, and then hopefully whatever vehicle Banis Squad brings out. I'll be playing on energy curve, meaning using up all my energy just playing my cards for the first couple of turns, and then my special ability will kick in. Does he know his turn's over? Let's see here.
You face me.
Or is he just one of these annoying players who decides to try to stall? We'll see. So he took a 1 point of damage lead on me this turn, so the gap between our health is increased from 10 to 11. At the end of my turn though, when I hit him with Terra Squad, it's going to pop back down again. Okay, just, there we go. Alright, here we go now. Terra Squad. Kapow. And that's it. I'm not attacking him because I'm going to end up taking more damage than he will. Next turn goes Banis Squad. In my turn after that, I can do Goldstone's Hunters and with my ability, and then after that Corvin Squad, and it's just going to go from there. Take it as it goes. Come on, Eric Titus, what are you doing? Okay, he's attacking me. What's he bringing out to take out Terra Squad though? If he races straight for me, that's not that smart. He must have a unit to kill the Terra Squad with. No, that's interesting. Alright, Banis Squad, you're up. Firewalkers, perfect. Rectitio Divinatus. Ooh, Captain Vargas. Breach on me. Oh, he's going straight for the damage race. I personally disagree with that as a good move. Ooh, Felician Airborne. That's even better than Goldstones for now. Here, these guys will just go and attack him. I am almost at equal health, including my survivor. I have 24 health, he has 25. Firewalker is going to drop in next on him. What's he got? Mortar? Oh, Wrath. Who he's duplicating, of course. Okay, that's not the worst thing to see in the world. Next, what am I doing here? So I winnow the weak. I could take out one of his guys, or I can try to just go with Firewalkers and go straight for him. I think I'm going to try the Firewalkers approach. Just drop my Firewalkers. Go straight in on that. Alright, let's see what he does next. What is he going to try to bring out? He's going to be trying to do 8 plus 10. He's trying to do 10 damage to me this turn, perhaps? There we go. He's killing my guy over there. I'm drawing a card. That's fine. Sweeping advance. One of his. Draw scouts. 7 damage, 4 damage. Okay. He's got 12 health left. What can I do for 12 health? So, I can do 9 damage on him with what I have, and then I can attack with Goldstones or Corvan Squad and win. So yeah, let's do this. Attack him there for 5, attack him for another 2, and let him know that I don't need a Primarch to win.
Primarch to win this war.
Boom. Killed him. Alright, so that is the Shadrak Meduson deck. Alright, so I hope you guys found this video useful. Play around with Shadrak. Like I said, he's not the best, but he's just a lot of fun to play as, and you can beat some relatively high level decks. All the way up to a ranking of around 4,000, it's definitely competitive. He will struggle a bit more above that, but you can still play all the way up there. So if you're tired of the usual decks, or you've got Shadrak and you're trying to figure out how to use him, this is a great deck to play with. It's fun. You can pull off some things which the enemy just won't be expecting. And if you want, of course, you can just tweak it around a little bit more and try a couple new ideas too. Just opening my daily mission crate. Nothing super great in there. And so yeah, just showing that deck again. So the core of it is those Felician Airborns, the Firewalkers, and the Banner Squads to pull those out. Everything else supports it. And you could see how when Captain Bargus survives, he really helps to buff your lineup and turn you into an unstoppable beast. Okay, so I hope you guys found this useful. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting up a couple more videos soon. I am probably either going to do a Death Guard walkthrough next, or maybe another deck building guide. I haven't quite decided. If I do a deck building guide, it's going to be on Captured Mandragorax, or I might do a Death Guard walkthrough. Let me know what you prefer. Write in the comments, and yep, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.